President Trump welcoming Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to the White House at a crucial time, focusing on Mideast peace, moving the U.S. Embassy to Iran.
What is our greatest challenge in the Middle East to both our countries, to our Arab neighbors? It's encapsulated in one word: Iran. Iran has not given up its nuclear ambitions. It came out of this nuclear deal emboldened, enriched. Is practicing aggression everywhere, including on our own borders.
Here now is Ambassador Danno Danon, Israeli ambassador to the UN. Sir, thank you so much for joining us. What's your take on the #1 mission of Prime Minister Netanyahu as he visits now? Is it the threat of Iran?
Good afternoon, Melissa. Yes, indeed, the Iranian is a major threat not only for Israel, for the Sunni countries in the Middle East, for the US, for Europe. Prime Minister Netanyahu met President Trump. Actually, they met 5 times during this year, which shows the great relationship we have with the US. And the focus on the Iranian threat, we know that in May 12th, President Trump will have to decide whether he's changing the agreement, whether he's nixing the agreement. We're looking forward to see what will be his decision. And we know that the Iranians are spreading terror all over, in Yemen, in Syria, Lebanon, Gaza, all over the Middle East. And we need to work together to stop them from extending their empire from the Gulf to the Mediterranean.
I've heard a number of commentators say today that we are very close to war between the two parties, between Israel and Iran, that things have escalated so much in terms of proxy wars all over the place. And, you know, whether it's Iran's stronghold now in Syria, that things have gotten very dire, and that Netanyahu is going to be feeling out our president to see if he would back Israel in war. Is it that serious?
We don't want to see any de-escalation. We look for stability in the region. But you have to ask yourself, Melissa, why the Iranians are sending so many troops into Syria? Thousands of militias. Why they are building factories in Syria? ISIS has been defeated. So why they are continuing to send troops into Syria? They want to destabilize the region. We will do whatever is necessary to protect our citizens. And only a few weeks ago, we saw an Iranian drone crossing the zone of Israel, entering our airspace and breaching the sovereignty of Israel. It is unacceptable. We reacted and we will continue to react to ensure the safety of the people in Israel.
Yeah. There are also people who say that part of the reason why Benjamin Netanyahu is here and is pressing is because the noose is tightening around him at home, that authorities there are closing in on his own scandal, and that he is here to prove that he is indispensable on an international stage, that he is very close to the United States president, and that is more important than any sort of corruption allegations that may be going on at home. How would you respond to that?
We are a strong democracy. We respect the rule of law. Prime Minister Netanyahu is focused on protecting Israel. I work very closely with him, and I know that he cares about those issues. He came here to speak at the AIPAC conference to meet President Trump. So always you have people who attack the Prime Minister in Israel. It's quite similar to what you have here in the US. It's part of the democracy. But the Prime Minister is focused on his important work, and he's representing Israel not only here in the US, but all over the world.
How serious is the situation back home for him?
Well, I follow the news like you, but we are a rule of law. Let the court decide about those issues. I think some people want to attack the Prime Minister through those allegations, but we are proud of the work that he is doing and the way he is representing Israel.
Real quick, what would you like to see the United States do? What would be a satisfactory response from the president right now?
First of all, we are grateful for his bold decision about Jerusalem. The fact that the embassy is moving in May, it is something we are grateful for that. And we will speak about the issue of Iran. It's very hard for us to speak. I'm at the UN. It's very hard for me to convince my colleagues that it is a threat for everybody. We want to see the US involved with this issue. We know that they are concerned about this threat.
Danno Danon, thank you so much. We
appreciate
your time, sir.